Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. We are so excited to have you here with us. Welcome to the International One Planet Cabinet Session. Together, let's embark on a vital journey to promote sustainable development and address global issues. My name is Dr. Virginia Rivera. I'm a VP at Piyush Group, parent company of IIU, and a very proud parent and a very proud partner of this G-20 session. I'm also the current president of World Education Policy. The Sustainable Development Goals, or as we call them, the SDGs, serve as the guiding framework, uniting nations in the pursuit of a healthier planet. Of course, I don't have to explain this to our speakers, but to those that are accompanying us today, this may be the first time you listen about this, but it may not be the last. We are all trying to have a more equitable future for all. Every time I participate in one of these and I moderate these sessions, I am reminded of how much good we can do when we put our minds together. But it takes one person to do the job and then realize that all of us can make the change. It is my privilege to welcome all partners, IIU included, to this virtual podium. And now I want to give a very warm welcome to Dr. Shravidya Sukumar. She's an esteemed educationist, life coach, and she's a believer of positive change. I truly am a big fan, and I want to say thank you for inviting me here today. Thank you all. Have a great session. Dr. Shravidya, the virtual podium is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Virginia. That was very kind of you. Good evening, everybody. That's again yet another one more session that we have gathered here. And this is the fourth time that we're doing, I think. And kudos to each and every one of us who have joined us on this platform. Thank you so much. Thanks for all the support. In gratitude to Almighty and for the day and this moment where we are able to collaborate with you all. Thank you so much. And we shall take it forward. As I always say towards the end always, but this time I want to quote it in the beginning, coming together is just the beginning. Staying together is a process. Working together is success. So making the full optimum of it, let's take it further by start working together. On that note, I would like to extend my my sincere welcome to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Manoj Tangaraj. Thank you, sir. It's a greatest pleasure and honor of having you with us amidst us today. He was a former Minister of Information and Technology, Padmanabhapuram constituency, MLA now, and he's a secretary for Kanyakumari district. Thank you, sir. I'm not going to talk about your projects now here because let it be a suspense. Let you speak over it and let you take the credit for it. Thank you so much. On that note, we would like to extend a sincere warm welcome to Mr. Vinod Kumar Shuklaji. Namaste, who is representing Amity University, Dubai. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It's the greatest pleasure having you here. On that note, moving further, we would like to welcome MGR Institution. Dr. Ramesh, hope you're here with us. Dr. MGR Medical and Education.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Ramesh. It's a great, thank you for all your support, and it's a great honor and privilege of having you here. And we also have Dr. Kadiravan here from representing SRM Group of Institution. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for joining. Though you're traveling, you have still made your presence here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. And Dr. Vijayakumar Salviaji, thank you so much, who is representing R&D Creative University. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It's a greatest pleasure of having you here. Thank you. Dr. Girish Sapra, who is representing Green Brigade. Welcome, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. And it's again a greatest pleasure of having you. And definitely we have one challenging women entrepreneur, women leader here, Dr. Renuka Thakur from GSF. And thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. It's a greatest pleasure and honor of having you here. Always, it's a pleasure working with you. Thank you. Moving ahead, we have... though some of the people are not found here, we extend a warm welcome to St. Xavier's Catholic College of Engineering, Coimbatore, Sri Ishwar College of Engineering, and JNN Institute of Engineering. And also, thank you so much. And if you're already present, it's a welcome to you, sir. Thank you so much. And also, last but not the least, Rajul Astana from Universal Human Values Creative University. Thank you so much. On that note, moving ahead, we would like to welcome Dr. Tanuja to speak, to throw some light on SDGs. Thank you so much. Dr. Tanuja, over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Very good evening to all.
Time is
Very
very
happy.
short, so we have to keep it very short and crisp. You want me to run through the slides?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are, ma'am.
Yeah,
You
ma'am.
want me to run through the slides? I can open the presentation.
Yeah, ma'am, you can. Please.
Thank you.
So, very good evening to all. I'm very happy to see you all in this G-20 international conference, One Planet Cabinet. So, and thank you for the opportunity, Srivida Madam, for this to address on the STG. It's a very vital role today. And we are here to talk about a glimpse about the SDG goals. It plays a very important and vital role everyone must follow for peaceful living in this universe. So the SDGs are a collection of ambitious and interrelated targets that aims to tackle some of the world's most pressing challenges, including poverty, inequality, climate change, and environmental degradations. They are designed to be universal, meaning that they apply to all countries and all people, regardless for the level of development. So, sustainable development is a development that is grounded in five dimensions, which have been expressed through five P's or five pillars of sustainable development, that is, people, planet, prosperity, as well as peace and partnerships. These five P's provide a new guidance for due diligence for any interventions to address development and societal challenges across the world. So, the five P's covers the people, the first P, SDGs number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, prosperity, SDG, goal number 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, partnerships covers on SDG 17, planet covers on SDG 6, 12, 13, 14, and 15, peace about goal number 16, that is peace, justice, and strong institutions. So, for the development interventions to be sustainable, it needs to take into account of social, economic, and ecological consequences. It generates and leads to conscious choices in terms of the traits of and spin-off it creates. For a development interventions to be sustainable, decisions makers involved need to consider to what extent it is developed, owned and carried forward in partnerships, including with the people who will live with the consequences of these interventions. To achieve these sustainable development goals, we are that is it is organized into three distinct categories that reflects the principles of the triple bottom line framework. This approach highlights the need for businesses to consider the impact of the decisions and actions equally on three vital areas, that is people, the planet, and profit. As a result, these categories we have been aptly renamed to emphasize a focus, that is people, which encompasses social well-being and equity, planet, which addresses environmental sustainability and conservations, and prosperity, which pertains to economic growth and opportunity. This alignment underscores the importance of creating a balanced and sustainable future for all. So, the coming to the people, these UN SDGs aim to end the poverty and hunger in all the forms and dimensions to ensure and that all human beings can fulfill their potential in dignity and equality in a healthy environment. And coming to the planet, the UN SDGs are set a goal to protect the planet so it can support the needs for the present and the future generations. Coming to the prosperity, we are determined to ensure that all human beings can enjoy prosperous and fulfilling lives and their economic, social, technological
Progress occurs in harmony with nature.
Three, that is, we can go over the three important goal that is supports sustainable bioeconomy through a global partnership and cooperations that supports the goal number 17, partnership for goals, and economic goals, goal number 8, decent work and economic growth, and goal number 9, industry innovation and infrastructure, and goal number 10, reduced inequalities, goal number 12, responsible consumptions and production. For the SDGs supporting societal goals, goal number 1, no poverty. 11 is sustainable cities. Goal number goal number 16, that is peace and justice. 7 is affordable and clean energy. Goal number 3, good health and well-being. 4 is equality educations, and 5 is gender equality. And finally, the SDG that addresses the biosphere, that is life on land, goal number 15, and 14 is life below water, and goal number 6, clean water and sanitation, and finally, very important, everyone has to maintain, that is goal number 13, climate action. So together we all can make this universe with more greener, prosper, and peaceful. Thank you for the opportunity given. Thank you.
Thank you so much. May I request Madam Sandhya Balaji to brief fast and brief, very quick, short, crisp about G20 as well. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, could you please run the slides, ma'am?
Yeah. Yes, we are
Okay.
ready.
Yeah. So G20 is a congregation and coming together of 19 different countries. And the countries are mentioned here, right from Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Republic of Korea, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, and Turkey and UK, and also the United States and the European Union. And since 2023, we also have the African Union here. May I request you to move ahead? So this was established in 1999 in the wake of the financial crisis. All the countries came together, all the economies came together to stabilize the global financial market. And it was important because it could bring in the top financial ministers and the central bank governors together, and they discuss how they can promote financial stability in the world and also achieve sustainable economic growth. And these summits have been held in Washington in 2008. And yeah, so it has been a regular affair, and the primary topics that are usually addressed here are economic cooperation, global financial stability, climate change, global health architecture, sustainable energy transition, and digital competence and transformation. And the theme, as we all know, is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which also talks about the world as one family, and we all come together for a one single future, which has to be sustainable on this one earth that we have. May I request you to move ahead?
And that we are partners.
Dr. Vidya, can you please move ahead? Yeah. So, yes, so it was formed in 1999, and we know that it's a platform where all the economies participate and they shape the global framework and governance, and they discuss crucial economic matters. May I request you to move ahead, ma'am? Yeah, so this is a graphical representation of the countries which began as G7 and then became G8 and today G20. And Spain is invited as the permanent guest here. Again, what G20 can do, it contains 65% of the population, 79% of the world trade, and 84% of the economy, and addresses the 79% of world carbon emissions. So also, the G20 nations account for 85% of the world GDP, 75% of global trade, and 64% of world population. And as already said, we all are, the entire world is one family, and we all come together for be making this earth sustainable for one single future. So it's another graphical representation that says 85% of the world economy comes together here, and we account for 75% of the world trade, which accounts to 66% of the population. And there's also a graphic representation until 2008. So yes, so the forum meets every year since 1999, and there is a leaders summit. So the next G20 will be taking place in South Africa. And 2 years ago, India was also having its presidency, and then came Brazil. Yeah, so after this, we all need to know what is One Planet Conference and what is COP. So for that, may I invite Dr. Zahira to address and spearhead the show.
Thank you. Dr. Zahira ma'am, if you're ready, I'll move ahead.
Thank you, Sandhya ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. You can continue, ma'am. You can speak a little bit about the COP 2030 because we are merging G20 and COP 20 into our session as one planet. Please go ahead, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So I'm Dr. R. Zahira, representing iGen. I'm Associate Professor from B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology. So here we are for G20. So before going to G20, we will see the COP 2030 vision and mission. So vision and mission of COP 2030 will be enhancing national climate action plans to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions, phase out coals. This will be crucial for reducing emission for the most carbon intensive energy, limited global warming. So this primary goal of limited global warming of 2030 is to strengthen the world's collective commitment to limited global warming, and then comes to the nature-based solution. So this highlights the importance of nature-based solutions such as reforestation and sustainable land management in mitigating climate change and protecting biodiversity. So we are having some missions. So this mission is from global solidarity, youth engagement. So this conference aimed to involve the youth voices and promote climate education and awareness. So climate finance. So COP 2030 aim to mobilize the climate finance to support developing nations in mitigating and adapting climate changes. This includes financial support for projects related to renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and climate resilience in vulnerable areas. So this conference aimed to prioritize and accelerate the efforts to enhance the resilience of communities and ecosystem to impact of climate changes. So COP 2030. So this COP stands for Conference of Parties. It is a series of meetings organized by the United Nations Framework Convention of Climate Change, where the countries that are parties to convention come together to discuss and negotiate the international climate policies and agreements. So COP meetings are crucial in addressing global climate changes issues and setting international climate change policies. So this provides the countries. So we are having a different platform. So first we are going for a review process. So parties access progress in addressing climate change and implementing previous agreements and commitments. Negotiation often takes during these meetings, leading to creation of international climate agreements and protocols. The most famous of this is Paris Agreement, which was adopted at COP21 in 2015. So parties make decisions on various climate-related issues, including reduction of greenhouse gas emissions, building resilience to climate impacts, and support for developing countries and technology transfers. So countries may update their emission and reduce target and make pledge to combat climate change during these conferences. So COP projects typically refers to projects or initiatives that are related to the goals and objectives of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Changes and COP meetings. So this project aims to address climate changes, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, enhance climate resilience, and promote sustainable development. COP project can encompass a wide range of activities and initiatives, including renewable energy projects, deforestation and afforestation, adoption initiative, and energy efficient program. So from renewable energy projects focus on development, deployment of renewable energy resources like solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal power to reduce the reliance on fossil fuel. So this is the major projects going on the global level to reduce our carbon emission as well as to make our climate greener. And next is coming to reforestation and deforestation. So this project involves planting and restoring forests. So we are just deforesting all the planets. Our planet is getting damaged due to a deforestation. We are building the ecosystems. So we are having more carbon emissions. So we are going for a reforestation and deforestation. Adaptation initiatives. So these projects will aim to help communities and countries cope with the impact of climate change, such as building resilient infrastructure, implementing yearly warning system, and enhancing water resource management. So next, coming to energy efficiency program, this project focus on improving energy efficiency in various sectors, including transport, building, and industries to reduce the energy consumption and emissions. So then comes to COP projects. We are having list of COP projects. So first project will be the Climate Finance Initiative. So project related to climate finance involve mobilization funds and reduce to support climate action in developing countries, helping them transition to low carbon and climate resilient economies. Transfer. So we are having a technology transfer and capacity building project. So in which efforts to transfer clean and sustainable technologies to developing countries, along with the capacity building initiative, help countries adapt to and mitigate the effect of climate change. So next comes to the carbon offset projects. This project enable organizations and individuals to compensate for their carbon emissions by investing in activities that reduce emissions elsewhere, such as reforestation or renewable energy projects. So they have to adapt either planting trees or they have to convert their fossil fuel into renewable energy projects. And then comes to climate education awareness. So that aims for rise of awareness climate change and promote climate education in schools and communities. We can create some awareness programs and so that the younger generation will come up with ideas. And then coming to climate research and data collection. So research projects that provide valuable data and insight into climate changes, impacts and potential mitigation strategies. And for all this, we have to frame some policies. So project that involves advocating for and implementing local, national and international climate policies. So this project can be funded and implemented by governments, international organizations, NGOs, private companies, and stakeholders. They play a crucial roles in advancing the goals in UNFEC and addressing the challenges posed by the climate change on the global scale. Additionally, COP meetings often feature discussion and agreement related to funding and support of such projects in various countries. So now we will have a overview of a G20 International One Planet Cabinet Conference overview. I just invite Dr. Srividya Sumaran ma'am to throw a light on it.
Thank
Welcome,
you so
ma'am.
much, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Zakira. Thank you, Madam Sandhya Balaji, and thank you, Dr. Tanuja, for briefing about G20, for briefing about COP 2030 and about the sustainability developmental goals. So this G20 International One Planet Cabinet is going to walk the talk awareness campaign constituted under one conference, that is G20 One Planet Cabinet. So as mentioned here, we are going to absorb all the countries which are mentioned here as speakers. Our speakers will be from different countries. And on that note, we came up with just the title of G20 International 2 years before, where the dimension of peace and governance, analyzing the world societal context in terms of drivers of tension and conflict, addressing the issues which are present in the society. And we were working on social cohesion, that is to create an inclusive environment, anticipating the consequences to generate and exacerbate and to adopt peace in the society. Moving ahead, our task force will address on inclusive economic growth, industrialization, employment and reduced inequality. Task Force 2 will address the food security. Task Force 3 will address the artificial intelligence, data governance, innovation for sustainable development. So G20 International One Planet Cabinet is going to be a virtual conference which is going to address all these issues, all these problems, all these projects that were discussed, briefed about in a nutshell. That we have about 15 headers which we have just made as a scheme of work of the planet, which we'll be sharing with you in a short while. And so far we have come up with this as the logo for G20 International One Planet Cabinet. And as addressing, our vision will be addressing on people, planet, peace, prosperity. And these are the 5 P's that we are going to address. And we are addressing 7 SDGs as our mission. So the vision and the mission for this G20 International One Planet Cabinet has been declared, and all these attributing to the 17 SDGs. And so this is the backdrop which we will have for our session. So this backdrop will be used for all the sessions throughout. And our constitute mainly addresses the collaborative and comprehensive plan of action for the betterment of people, planet, and prosperity. It also aims to promote universal peace and greater freedom. We acknowledge the eradicating of poverty in all its forms and dimensions, including extreme poverty and its most significant and global challenges and for essential requirement. As we have seen before, this is what is the thing. And our Sherpa force, we are going to call them Sherpas, who are going to discuss the projects, who is going to declare the projects with us. So it's going to be a knowledge platform, knowledge sharing platform, where these will be initiated, that is inclusive economic growth, industrialization, employment and reduced inequality, sustainable governance of resources, Sherpa Force 2 will address on food, water, security, gender equality, education 360, celebrating culture, heritage, and partnership. Sherpa Force 3 will address artificial data governance and SDG goals. So this is what we have, and we will have an assessment for it. And this is the assessment link, which will be shared with the speakers and also the organizations where they can evaluate their performance as well. So moving ahead, community, we are very thankful to all our community partners who have joined us on this platform. We welcome you all wholeheartedly. And moving ahead, this is the planner. I welcome now Dr. Mamta Chawla to just brief about the planner and the schedule that we have already shared with you all. Dr. Mamta Chawla, over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Srividya, ma'am. So first of all, many congrats to you, ma'am, for conceptualizing and bringing us together on this platform. And thanks to sir for joining as a chief guest. So I'll be very briefly talking about the session. On the first, our inaugural session is today, and we'll be following on 2nd of March, where energy resources would be the main agenda, where efficient and sustainable use of natural resources would be really talking about. On 9th of March, that is the second, we'll be having climate adaptation. That means climate change is here, cut emission and slow the pace of global warming. That would be the main. So we'll be discussing on those lines. On 16th of March, again, the timing would remain same towards the evening. We'll be talking about climatic finance. That means climate action, which are required to significantly talk about financial investment. So their international cooperation and the speakers will be talking about how to track the climate changes. On 23rd of March, again, we'll be talking about very important topic, road to net zero, in terms of Silk Route for a livable climate and landscape. So the discussion would be talking about the impact with the action plan, that how we are going to initiate. On March 30th, we'll be talking about biodiversity. That means a strong natural defense that we can really create to change climate, world heritage, no-go kind of commitment we'll be speaking about. On 13th of April, that will be moving to other month, we'll talk briefly about loss and damage, a moral imperative to act. On 20th April, we'll be talking about digitalization and innovation on the same what ma'am have just discussed. We'll be having a lot of discussion about science stream, vocation, employability. So how we are going to have next production revolution in terms of NPR. On 27th of April, we'll be talking now to real entrepreneurship and MSME presidency, that we are moving towards planet to prosperity in the month of April, to modernization and strengthen the industrial units to make them globally competent. May 4th, again, we'll continue with the prosperity, basically the emphasis. On 4th May, inclusion of financial architecture and international growth would be the agenda. On 11th of May, we'll be talking about international taxation, trade and investment, export and import, the reforms, reshape, restructure, and reconstitution, the international trade fabric and international tax architecture would be discussed. May 18th, celebrating heritage culture. So we are talking about tourism, specifically a roadmap, treasure boosting economy and ties, and equilibrium of world economy fabric. So here a lot of prosperity would come in by collaborating and encouraging each other. On 25th of May, we'll be talking about One Health quadruped: agriculture, food security, health is wealth. Presidency would be talking about consolidate health priorities and achieve convergence in health cooperation and integrated action with a global view of G-20's patterns, opportunities, and role of policy. Then from prosperity, we'll move towards people. So in the June month, we'll start with my favorite topic, education 360, holistic education, educate all goals leading to one planet. This is the reason we all are here. Ensure inclusive, equitable, quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. On June 8th, we'll be talking about empower to lead to one planet. So this is Shakti Spectrum, Women Empowerment and Yuva Go Global Youth Empowerment. So the presentee will talk about a paradigm shift from individual development to leadership development and community partnership, which is much more essential. 15th of June, that would be the second almost last session. entertain and encourage, engage, explore, and environment in achieving 2030 agenda and SDG with equity, partnership, collaborate, one planet. The presidency will talk about accelerating progress towards SDG for an ambitious G20 action plan. I really congratulate ma'am for really finalizing these topics and bringing us together here. Thank you so much, ma'am. Over to Srividya ma'am. Ma'am, you are on mute. Srividya ma'am, you are on mute. Please unmute yourself.
So these are the topics, a quick run through. Thanks, Dr. Mamta. Thanks for that. And so these are topics that will be discussed every week. And now it's time to collaborate with all. Thank you so much. So this is our briefing of exactly what our session, what is the main agenda of our session and what we plan to do every week. And on that note, please allow me to present before you first His Excellency, Mr. Manoj Tangraj. Thank you, sir. Thanks for bearing with us. Thanks for hearing from all these ladies who are presented one after the other, one after the other. Hope we have not bored you much. Thank you, sir. Please. Sir, you're muted. Kindly unmute yourself. Thank you.
I'm so happy to be a part of this discussion. And first of all, I express my gratitude to Dr. Srividya for inviting me for this really wonderful session. And I'm happy to know that this forum is having regular discussions on SDG goals. As far as I am concerned, I'm not so familiar with the activities of this G20 International One Planet Cabinet. But I was told something about its activities by Dr. Srividya. And today I was observing the delegates talking about the activities, and I'm so happy to hear about all these things. As it is the first day for me, I will talk about the context with regard to our India. That's what I think that will be best suited for this meeting. And you all know that the Niti Aayog of our country, they have given up a statement that India's national score has reached 71%, up from 66 in 2020-21 and 60 in 1920. They are showing an upward trajectory, but I don't think that it is so authentic. I'm sorry to tell it, because to start with my speech, let me tell you something that happens in my district. In my district means I'm so familiar with the district in which I am living. We have a population of nearly 22 lakh people, and it is 6 assembly constituencies. And I was serving as a district panchayat chairman right from 1996, when I was very young. I served the district for nearly 15 years. Then I became the MLA, again MLA, and minister. That is the my past experience. And I have a lot of connections with the social organizations. And I was fortunate to be the elected representative or elected chairman of the district irrigation committee. Say, for example, we have a very strong irrigation system that is called Kodayar irrigation system. And I was elected president for the system for nearly 10 years. So I have good experience in all these things. I will quote you an example why I said that these reports may not be authentic. So, for example, in our district, Kanyakumari, when you come to Kanyakumari, it's such a nice place. In Kerala and Kanyakumari, we proudly say that it is God's own land. Because in Tamil Nadu, we have 5 lands. We are classified 5 lands. One is the hilly terrains, then the valley, followed by the agricultural land, then the coastal area, and the another one is we say as a desert. Unfortunately, we have all the four, but not the desert. So it's such a fertile land. You can see mountains, hills, hillocks, three rivers running, and everything is here. And according to the records we have, the district had 2,400 ponds, irrigation ponds, and few other water bodies in the district. And we have the capacity to cultivate 105,000 acres of paddy, followed by horticulture products like plantain, mango, and so on. Now, in the past 20, 30 years, you see how it has degraded. The number of ponds has come down drastically. The area under cultivation has come down to less than 3,000. You just imagine 105,000 is the capacity. Now it has come down to less than 3,000. And I can tell you one thing, still we have water to cultivate 105,000. Where it is gone? It is because all the wetlands are being occupied for housing, roads, or some other infrastructures, government buildings, and so on. So we were making a lot of efforts to bring in a policy. We are lobbying to get a policy in place to protect the wetlands. So for example, while I was minister, I was pushing and like anything, and I was able to bring under 2-3 areas as Ramsar sites. That is the only thing we were able to do. But with regard to making a policy on, we say the catchment area, the water spread area, and the command area, that is the cultivable area, has not yielded any proper result. That is a big challenge we are facing. So then second thing is the major problem with regard to policies on land use pattern. We need strong policies in this. I would say that even the legislators or the big policymakers, parliamentarians, are not aware of the threats we are going to face because of this kind of activities that is happening over here. The same thing is happening in the most part of the state, not only the state, in most part of the country. And because I travel extensively and I'm seeing all these things. So how we are going to tackle this thing? We need proper policies in place. For that, we need to create a lot of awareness among the policymakers, bureaucrats, and we need the support of the people to implement those policies. For that, there should be a mass awareness that should happen. And we have to work on that. And the second thing I want to tell you, so for example, there is no proper awareness about the climate crisis that we are going to face. And in the education system itself, we have to bring in some syllabus that teaches the students about the threats, the immediate threats, and the long-term threats that we are going to face. And here, we are seeing rapid urbanization. That is going to be a very big challenge for a country like India. Previously, we could see a lot of villages, but now that villages are totally disappearing and urbanization is happening in a very big way. So for example, one of the things I can tell you, because of the urbanization, the first thing that happens is destruction of the water bodies, destruction of the wetlands, and accumulation of solid waste, which is not at all managed properly, and we don't have proper mechanisms in place so far to manage. Because of that, wherever you go, you can see heaps and heaps of solid waste, having tons and tons of waste that is kept there and making a lot of problems to the people. So another thing I would like to highlight is the disparity in the income. So for example, a person working as a coolie or a laborer, or a woman who goes to a shop for a job, or a person who is working as a sanitary worker or something like that, the salary they get. So for example, you won't believe if I say that even in villages, a day's salary for a woman is around 200 to 250 rupees. But whereas you just look at the other side, it is so different. The other range is, I can say there is a wide disparity that is there. How we are going to reduce in this, or at least how we are going to enable the people to come up with a decent salary or a monthly income that will be able to for them to cope up with a decent life. So this is a major area that we need to discuss, and lot of policies also we require. Because of this, still people are dependent on the government welfare schemes. So for example, the government of Tamil Nadu announced that they are going to provide 1,000 rupees for women across the state. And all the women were so happy to receive it. And there are a lot of criticisms over it. And I had a very good experience of what happened, and I have evaluated the pros and cons of this program. In the villages, when you go, previously we had a lot of complaints with regard to OAP. When a minister visits a place, the most of the petitions that come to us is asking the 1,000 rupees for women. So 1,000 rupees per month, if it makes such a big difference or gives such a good satisfaction to a person living in a village now, that is the situation of the people living in villages. We have to take it. We should not take it in the other way that we are giving freebies to the people. But we have kept the people in such a way that they demand for that. That is the thing that we have to look into very seriously. And in the SDG goals, we talk about afforestation. So for example, I have a very good example to tell you. The Wiki cyclone that happened, I think, during 2020 or something like that. By the time, my district, the district for which I am in charge, has lost several lakhs. It is more than 20 to 25 lakhs of trees that fell down in the reserve forest area. And we have a very good reserve forest in Kanyakumari, covering nearly 25% of the total land area. Previously, it was more than 30%. Let us go deep into it. Say, for example, in the deforestation that happened because of the Wiki cyclone, how we are going to bring it back. That's going to be a very big challenge for us. And we have conducted a lot of movement involving people, students, and everyone to go ahead with the afforestation. And the other major issue that we are facing now is deforestation that is happening in the social forestry. So, for example, we had a very huge area in the villages. All these villages, everywhere you can see trees. But because of the urbanization, the entire thing, just you go to Ooty, if you have visited Ooty before 30 years, tears will come because it has totally converted into a green jungle, into a concrete jungle. The same thing with the places in Velu, the same thing in Kodaikanal, and the same thing in most of the forest areas that are being developed into a tourist place or something like that. So this is the kind of thing that is going with regard to afforestation. So at least we need some policies in place now. As I told you earlier, like a land use policy, a housing policy. So for example, now previously the people are living as communities. I can tell you proudly that when I was born in a family. The whole family was living in a house which accommodated nearly 33 people. Because my grandfather, his my great grandfather had 5 children, and all the 5 were living in a um, under one roof. It's a big house, but at the same time, it accommodated everything. But now every single person goes for a house, and every single person goes for a house in the capital of the state. Say, for example, a person living in a village in Kanyakumari want to have a house in Nagarpai, that is the town, and another house in Chennai, whenever they visit Chennai. So this is the attitude of people. And if it is being allowed like this, where we are going to end?
I know. Thank you, sir.
Ah.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Can we have the introduction session and we'll continue with you, sir? Please, if you can allow us.
Yes, very
We
well.
would like to know more about the projects that you have been working together for the change, so that we'll be able to contribute towards that.
Okay, sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you continue with the thing.
Greatest
Again,
pleasure and honor having you amidst us, and thanks for sharing those wonderful insights and really thought-provoking insights where we need to really work on, like, thank you so much, sir. Thank you. With due gratitude, we extend our sincere thanks to His Excellency, Mr. Manoj Tangras. Thank you, sir. Moving ahead, can we request Dr. Renuka Thakur from GSFN? Ma'am, could you please throw a little light on yourself and your projects and about GSFN with the time limit of about 1 minute, please? Thank you. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I was very impressed to listen to Mano Tangara, especially looking into wetlands and so on. And I completely agree that carbon sequestration and carbon emissions management are very much needed in wetlands. And also within the water management and so on, because water is going to be crisis in coming years, especially the one which we drink or usable water. So thank you so much. I was delighted that this is at the heart of the government and the government office. So definitely true knowledge is there. It is about, I think the role of government is very encouraging what I see here. But I come from the community perspective. And so the role of community is also equally important. Educating community about all this, bringing together and making them the real stakeholders of what we are going to enjoy. Because if we don't enjoy, they are not enjoying. If we enjoy, they will be enjoying. So it is all about community, because we are all part of a community. And I think that is what is needed, the voice for community. What is happening, there is a huge gap between translating NDCs, national determined contributions, the value of NDCs, the work of NDCs, the actions that are needed for NDCs. They are not communicated easily, or I mean transparently, or you can say in a way that these communities can understand. And we have to make that provision. We have to make that effort for them to understand and bring them on this pathway, that this is all your work, your responsibility, equally where a government and other stakeholders are doing their part. It is community's responsibility as well. And so I would call upon the community leaders to listen to these type of projects, be part of this project, take lead on that, and so on. Now, coming to GSFN, we do Global South Summits every month. And we have done 8 of them last year, which was in Egypt, Zambia, Kenya, Pakistan, Nepal, and many more countries. This year we started with Cameroon, and the next one will be in Turkey in April. We have skipped this February because I was having my knee replacement. And in March, it is Ramadan, so most of the world is in like holiday time. And
Yes.
so I think April is going to be a good one. We are having in Turkey. This is all about educating people, knowing what are their NDCs, what are their roles and responsibilities, and also knowing their real problems on the ground so that these voices can reach people like you in the government offices, local offices, so that they can make some policies, amendments, action plan that can also solve their problems in the ground level. So that's me. Thank you very much. I am from UK, founder and CEO of Global Sustainable Futures Network. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Renuka. Thank you so much. So can we move on to Dr. Ramesh? Ramesh, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So thank you. Yes.
Project and IGEN, and you can go ahead.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
1 minute, sir.
Yes, yes. Thank you. It was a very wonderful evening, green evening, and with connected people across the globe. And so the Institution of Green Engineers working towards United Nations Sustainable Development Goal. I'm very happy that we are partnered with Global for last 2 years in action to execute 3 projects. One of the projects which we all are connected today, G20 International Summit, where all our forthcoming next 2-3 months, our youth speakers and the professional speakers are going to come forward and going to discuss about the objectives of G20, and we're planning to submit the final recommendation to the G20 team. It was a fantastic journey. Like last year, what we had, and this year, this is a very good partners are there. This year, this is academic partners are more. So STG 17 partnership for the goals, which we all are connected here, and the Institution of Green Engineers, we are working also for the XTG goals. We had a concept of IGEN STG projects. Through that, we have 5 projects in. The first project, IGEN Energy Double Line Challenge, IGEN Cycle for Green, IGEN Talk for STG, IGEN Water Bank, IGEN Minus CO2, IGEN Green Day. So like that, we have several projects. We have 38 energy saving clubs in India, where more than 6,000 students are connected together. I'm very happy to have very 2 wonderful chief guests today, and our minister Manu Tangara is there. I'm very happy that I am also part of Kanyakumari district, and Sir is here with us, joining today and given the address. Thank you so much, sir. And we are doing a lot of activities. In future, we will connect together to do a lot of STG activities. And thank you, Sri Vidya ma'am. It was a very happy note that from next Sunday, there is a very grand program is there in every Sunday. The people across the globe is connected together for a common very good cause. Thank you all. Thank you so much. And through IGEN, this time we have 4 partners. That is Ishwar Engineering, Ishwar College of Engineering. Professor Suresh also connected in this forum, and St. Xavier's Catholic College of Engineering, JNN Institute of Engineering, and Dr. MGR Educational Research Institute. And our members also part of this, Sagira ma'am, Tanuja, and Lakshmi ma'am is part of this as a coordinators. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Can we have Dr. Vijay Kumar Salvia ji? Dr. Vijay Kumar Salvia ji from R&D Creative University, USA. Dr. Vijay Kumar Salvia. Yeah. Yes, sir. Welcome. And yes, sir, please go ahead. You can introduce.
Yes, good evening. Good
time is one minute, sir. Please. Thank you.
Yes, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to all of you. With respect to international standard, I welcome all of you on this great platform. We, the Research Innovation Startup University, International Research and Development Creative Organization, USA, India, SDG Club India International, and Happiness Club International, we all working for the SDGs goal and the research innovations for with the slogan "Right Direction, Right Mentoring." And our slogan is also to promote the SDG goal. As we are covering all over the world, and I welcome all of you for the startup employment and whatever we have the climate and similarly taxation and similarly finance and trillion economy and similarly how we can maintain the world. So I welcome all of you and collaborators for the great platform, and we will do something best, and let's have some offline meetings in different parts of the country so that we will we are the family, and you know that for a one globe, one family, we are working. So thank you very much. Have a nice day,
Thank you, sir.
and
Thank you
together
so
we
much.
will work for a whole life. Thank you very much. And
Thank you,
Dr.
sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Kumar is our Dubai and that is UAE based director. So she is working very hard, and all of you, all of our collaborators, stakeholders are now these last 6 years we are working on that. So let's have one family at one group. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So now it's time for the newcomers. I'm sorry, the new people who have joined us. May we request Dr. Vijay Kumar Shukla ji, Vinod Shukla ji from Amity University.
Hi,
Yes,
hi, good evening. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
I think we have bored you much. Sorry about it.
Thank you so much. No. It was informative session. I do understand you are very quickly informing everybody. Be quick, be quick. So I will conclude very quickly. My name is Dr. Vinod. I am working with Amity University, Dubai. And Amity University, Dubai, we have three different schools: School of Business, School of Engineering, School of Humanities. I work for the School of Engineering, and we do have so many projects which are ongoing, which are in the theme of SDG. I'm a newcomer, as ma'am said. Yes, I'm a newcomer. I need some mentor and who can help me, handhold me to understand, know how to move forward. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Vinodji. Thank you so much. One thing is we need speakers. We need participation every week. Your
That will be
participation
done.
is very, very important. And what we can do from our side, we will just brief before we conclude this session. Thank you so much. So we will invite Dr. Girish Sapraji now from Green Brigade. Dr. Girish Sapraji.
Just a minute, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. 1 minute, sir. 1 minute.
Hello, everyone.
It's echoing, sir. Sorry.
Hello, everyone.
Yes.
My name is Dr. Girish Sapra, and I thank you, Dr. Shrividya, for inviting me over here. About myself, I have played faculty to mentor, and now I am an entrepreneur. Like Angaraj sir was of garbage now, right? So what we have done is what we have devised solutions, and we have actually what my aim is to connect the industry with the academia, and I am playing the role of industry now. And after my PhD, I have shifted from academia to industry to bring the change on ground level, right? And I'm mentor with IIT Madras, IIT Bombay, and IIT Delhi, right? So I'm working with many startups, and myself running my startup in environmental space and mainly in sustainability. Whether you talk about environmental or business sustainability, I do the both. So yes, I would love to contribute in this initiative of Dr. Shrividya, and happy to connect with the other fellows on LinkedIn to, if I could be of any value to your common mission and vision, right? So thank you all for inviting me over here, and I have seen the schedule of the whole agenda. So it's beautiful, ma'am, and I wish you best of luck for this. And anything from my side in entrepreneurship and sustainability, I would be more than happy to contribute. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Girish. Thank you so much. Moving ahead, can we hear it from Dr. Suresh Sitaraman? Dr. Suresh Sitaraman. Okay. If he is busy, then moving ahead, can we go back to His Excellency, Mr. T. Manoj Tangradji? Sir, I want you to share about Together for a Cause, the project exactly together. So that people are aware, and then they will be able to collaborate with you directly or through us, and then we can start working together. Please, sir, before we conclude, after this, there will be give me just 5 minutes to conclude it. I know we are ahead of time. Thank you. Yes, sir. Unmute yourself, sir. Thank you.
Sorry, it was in mute. How much time I can take, ma'am? Oh, 10 minutes? 3 minutes? 5 minutes? Yes. Now, just I will say very small introduction about our organization, that is Good Vision Seva Trust, which I founded during the year 2000. And now this year is 25th year. And we were working on 6 main areas. One is education. The second one is women empowerment. The third one is environment and health, livelihood, and disaster management. All these things, we are keeping an eye on the SDG goals. And parallelly, we are working in all these domains with regard to SDG goals. And today, I want to highlight the program that you were telling, that is Together for a Change. Now, when I was Minister for Information Technology, I understood the practical reality of our students in pursuing their education as well as for going for a good job. The biggest challenge was the skills. Even though our people are literate and they have degrees in their hands, they don't have proper skills to cope up. That is the biggest problem. And recently, Nidhi Aayog has given a statement stating the same thing, and they are pointing about the lack of English communication skills with regard to people of India is concerned. So this same thing we also experienced. So even though we have a lot of educational institutions, mostly the government schools, the curriculum is in the mother tongue. And the teachers teach every subject in the mother tongue, and they don't have proper access to English. And because of this, when they go for higher studies, they feel inferior, and the inferiority complex is coming. And when they meet with people, students who come up from other schools, maybe private schools, there is a inferiority complex among these people. And once they complete the degree also, they are unable to find a proper job, a white-collar job, even though they are skilled, because they don't have a proper communication skill. So we started a program named English for Economic Opportunities. So year back, that is the previous academic year, we took 13 schools in Kanyakumari district, made an in-depth study on how, say for example, on the reading skill, learning skill, their skill to bring out things in English. All these things we made a proper survey. And the survey, it was really, what I can say, with regard to government schools, it was it was bad. And we decided we need to do something on this. And with the help of the linguistic experts and people, some technology, having some technology, we had a proper committee formed, and they came out with a proper curriculum. And because of that, we were able to implement the program in 13 schools. That is what we say, that is arithmetic model we implemented. When we look at the background of the students, in a government school, the students have come from a family which is mostly not, we can say that, under educated. And their parents may be having a low income category. And certain parents may know they are alcoholics or something like that. So there is no proper parental care to carry out the education in the proper way. That is the biggest challenge the students are facing. And because of that, the lack of English communication skills, as I told you, the inferiority complex among fellow students, difficulty in building a proper career, and inability to meet up the employer expectations. All these things were happening. So when we conducted a 1-year pilot program, we could see a very big change. So for example, and the curriculum which we provided was based on a model that is arithmetic drill model, which is very easy to understand. We have customized syllabus for every classes. Say, for example, every third standard, fourth standard to eighth standard, all these classes will have separate customized syllabus, and we have recruited teachers and trained them fully, and we have given printed books, and they started teaching in schools, and we have got a very good result. Huge appreciation from the parents and teachers for this program, and the students' performance has improved both in English communication, also their academic score also went up because in the syllabus we take, nearly 80% of the syllabus is from the school, the regular books. So the teacher teaches in Tamil. Again, we are teaching the same thing in English. So that gives a value addition to what they learn. And there was a very good improvement in the academic performance also. Even students who we thought that they were slow learners, they proved to be really good students when we have given special concentration to them. And when we look at the impact of the pilot project, say for example, before we started the drill, say for example, grade 5 students, they have only 24.6% of the students were able to read English sentences. But after the drill, 66.3% students read sentences very well. You see the difference. Previously, it was 24.6. Now it is 66.3. So there is a 41% increase in the rise in the performance. When we take grade 8, it was 48.4%. And now it has come up to 78.3. 8th standard student. So there is a 29.9%, almost 30% increase for 8th standard students. So taking all these things into account, we thought of expanding this program. And now we have started the program in 66 schools in Kanyakumari district and 5 schools in Chennai. How we select these schools? We select these schools with certain priorities. Say, for example, schools located in vulnerable areas where very poor children are studying. And of course, it is a challenging thing for us, but we are doing the best way. We repeat regular training programs for the teachers who go and conduct the programs. And now we have got a very good support from especially the teaching faculty as well as from the parents of the students. And the students are very happy now. And I hope it is going to transform the lives of these students. As of now, we cover nearly certain thousand students. And we are thinking of at least making one district a model district that is covering all the government schools in a district. As far as Kanyakumari district is concerned, we have nearly 517 government schools where nearly 70,000 students are studying. Even though it's a big number, we are trying at least by 2030, we should be able to cover all the students studying in government colleges, that is 517 schools. And this is the program that we do. And with this, I want to conclude. And really, I'm so happy to be part of this. And we will make Good Vision Trust a part of this your G-20 International Planet Cabinet. And we'll be happy to work with you. We have a very good team with us. Very good team with us who are working on this. On the environmental front, we have found a Friends of Nature. It's a movement kind of thing. And we are working on sanitation. And of course, women empowerment is the area where we have created a very big history, I can say, in the last 25 years, transforming the lives of thousands of women. And in some other occasion, I will explain about the other activities they are doing. I'm so happy, and I thank Madam Srividya for inviting me to address in this forum. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. It's our honor and privilege to have you here amidst us today. Thank you so much. And you shared wonderful insights, and we all will start working together how to take it further. And we will definitely collaborate with you. And each one of us will be able to contribute towards it. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So moving ahead, before we conclude, what does G20 International One Planet Cabinet will address is that economic growth, promoting sustainable and balanced economic growth globally. When it comes to international trade, it's going to enhance the international trade and investment to foster job creation and economic development. So these are the things that we are going to deliberate upon. Financial stability, strengthening the stability and the resilience of the international financial system. Representation from each country will be considered, and it will be deliberated upon, and it will be a knowledge sharing so that we will learn from each other. So when it comes to sustainable development, addressing global challenges, including climatic change, poverty eradication, and sustainable development. And infrastructure investment is that promoting infrastructure, as so was His Excellency was mentioning, promoting infrastructure development to support economic growth and connectivity between the countries, so that we are all working in different platforms and different in our own domains, how to work collaboratively. That's what we're going to enhance upon. So when it comes to digital economy, advancing digitalization and harnessing the potential of the new technologies for inclusive growth. And last but not the least, that's employment in education. That's what is that creating opportunities for quality jobs, ensuring access to education and skill development, and leaving not the global health, which is another concern, collaborating on global health challenges as well, including pandemics, access to affordable health care. So all the NGOs and online organizations are actually working on it, and it's crucial in supporting the summit success. So what we need is advocacy. When it comes to advocacy, we raise awareness about the key issues and advocate specific policies for and actions that is that's going to be that's, as I told you, it's a knowledge sharing platform. So that's sharing best practices, which is work for you. Why not we try yours? So it's just that way. And for doing this, what is the key thing is the research and the analysis. We provide valuable research, data analysis, support on various global challenges, assisting the policymakers in making informed decisions, and leave unturned partnerships. So we will work collaboratively with all the NGOs and online organizations, collaborate with governments, business, and other stakeholders to implement the projects and the initiatives that align with the summit objectives. Thank you so much. On that note, we have come to the conclusion of this session. Thank you so much. So anybody would like to share anything? It's open now. Yes. So we start with Madam Sandhya Balaji, please. Half a second.
Definitely, I can only say thank God for the opportunity that I could do a little bit. And being an educator, I could resonate with what Mr. Mano had to say. That is the actual state of youngsters in our country. And fortunately or unfortunately, English is the language that we require. And not just English, our skills, our personalities have to be honed to international standards of behavior. So I look forward to collaborate and work. And also I'm very grateful for this opportunity to be here and deliberate on the topics. Thank you so much.
So before we move ahead, Madam Sandhya Balaji is a Tamil. She speaks Tamil and she teaches English, French, German, Spanish.
No, I only teach English and German.
So we've got a teacher there, sir. Please catch hold of her. Thank you so much. Yes, Dr. Mamta Chawla.
I really want to thank you, ma'am, for bringing me to this platform. I really thoroughly enjoy, and I feel like there's so many pearls are there, and you are a string in between them that you can bring everyone. Nothing else. I am looking forward, and I really wish a lot of success to this complete series. And really great effort you must have put into have that program and charting everything. I really salute you. Seriously.
My team is working on it. I'm nothing.
Great,
Thank you so
great,
much.
great,
Yes,
great.
thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Tanuja, we'd like to hear from you, please.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for the great opportunities, and very happy here to be again to collaborate with you. It's a great effort, and very congratulations and best wishes for the success to happen. Thank you,
Yes.
ma'am.
Thank you. Dr. Zahira. Dr. Lakshmi? Okay, Dr. Vijay Kumar Salvia ji, anything else to add on? Yes, Dr. Lakshmi, please. Please go ahead. You don't need to open your camera. You can just speak. Thank you.
I'm very happy to be again a part of this event on behalf of iGen, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. We will coordinately work together and make this event a grand success, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, Zakira, ma'am. Yes, I know you opened your camera. Thank you.
I'm again happy to be a part of G20, ma'am. Last year we have done well. So this time also we will be coordinating and we'll be successing the event.
I know
We'll
many projects have
meet
kicked
next
on and they're all going. I know they are working in different parts of the globe and just that. Thank you. Thank you so
have a
much.
successful program, ma'am. Okay.
Yes, sure. Thank you. Yes, Jessica. Jessica Anabar. Jessica, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
This is a very interesting conference that is taking shape. And it does break my heart that unfortunately I won't be part of the team this year, but I would definitely be coming in from week to week to see what the speakers have to say and to see how it's being moderated, because I know it's going to be the best of the best with the brightest of minds that will come from IGN, from GSFN and other society groups. I do not doubt that at all. So I'm quite excited to just be an audience this time and to just witness what the brightest of minds have to say. So congratulations, Doctor. This is an interesting and exciting initiative.
Love to you, Jessica. Thank you so much. We're always there for you. Thank you. So thank you once again. So Vinod Shukla ji, we are going to wind up the session. If you want to say something, you can just share. So what is expected from every one of us is that, yes, Vinod ji, please.
So thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm representing Amity University, Dubai. Looking forward I'm listening so many great projects, so many great initiatives. I would love to be the part of any particular thread which is going on the part of the sustainability, helping the society and the people. Looking forward to you, Sri Vidya madam, and let me see how we can contribute and we can help each other. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So before we wind up, as I always say, coming together is a beginning, staying together is a process, working together is success. Let's all working together, put our heart, mind, and soul together such that we are able to take it further. And so that we are happy to come back here again on this platform, maybe next time as well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Welcome, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all and proudly saying Vanakkam.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.